my world.
The second round will start in a short while. Notice that all matches went 2-0, which I think is quite remarkable. Mine was actually the first to finish, even though I was playing blue-black control. Then again, the second game was much of a non-game. I don't think my opponent's deck was that great. He had a cracking Triton, even though he did not run red. He had a third color. There was a forest in his hand when I used Thoughtseize on him. And while I like Leon's Snarecaster a lot, I don't think it made that much sense in his deck. Or maybe I saw the wrong part of his deck, but Leon's Snarecaster and Omen Speaker, they can be in the same deck, but they're largely at odds with each other, so I think he neither has enough of early pressure nor of a strong late game. I can't know, of course, but seeing what he played, I believe that my deck was simply superior. Enough talking now. Second round should start any second. Okay. Maybe I should sing a song or something, because I'm not going to cut that video to take out 5 seconds. Once again, look at those two O scores, and here we are. This is nice. There's no Omen Speaker in it, but still a nice draw. Would be bad if something happened to my Vaporkin though. Oh, there's the Omen Speaker. But in this case, I run out the Vaporkin first. I still like to apply pressure when in doubt, even with a slower deck, because you never know what the late game brings, and I have an Ordeal of Thassa in my hand, and obviously I want to put that on Vaporkin. Now, Fabled Hero is a great third turn play. I'm happy it didn't have a play on his first, second turns, but the hero is kind of a problem. I have the Curse of the Swine in my hand to deal with it, but I lack the second blue even though I'm playing 9 islands, so let's see what happens. The Vaporkin goes big, but racing the hero is not something that's going to happen. I have to stop that card somehow. Well, if I have to jump it, that's what I gotta do. But here again, Baneslayer Angel. Okay, it's not flying this time, but it's double striking, which is kinda worse. Now, what do I do against that? Curse of the Swine would have been nice. So I run out Omen Speaker, looking for a second island. There is none. And both cards go to the bottom, even the Harpy, because the Harpy is not enough to raise a Fabled Hero with Hopeful Eidolon in it. Also, I'll try to get my Vaporkin to sacrifice the Ordeal of Thassa. Run out another blocker, just in case something happens to my Omen Speaker. I'm in jump mode now until I find a solution. At the same time, I might win the Vaporkin if... No, I can't. Not as long as there's an Eidolon on the hero. That Eidolon on a good creature is really a beating. And here it comes again, so let's jump that. Putting him even farther away from losing. But give me some time. Him getting a bit more life is irrelevant. So what will I do now? Obviously, I'll attack with the Vaporkin and draw 2 cards. I just need an island for the Curse of the Swine, and everything will be fine. But it's not to be. So, big flyers on the table. Ground defenses have to be put up. Nothing to do but run out the Thoughtseize, I guess. I'm thinking about playing Ironic Wall, but there's not really something I want to get back right now. So here it comes, and it's good to get the Healed out of his hand. It's unlikely to make much of a difference. Well, it makes a difference. If he puts it on his Disciple, cannot even trade the Phalanx with it, and it's a cantrip, so it's good. It's out of his hand. Now he attacks with both, and I go down to 2 after third seizing him. I think it's not too courageous. I also have the Q in my hand, but now I really have to do something, and there's a mountain in place, so he's threatening to burn me out. But I drew a solution. Finally, I drew a solution. Not the second island for the curse, which would not have helped me, by the way, this situation. At least not by itself. So let's just hope he didn't draw God's Willing. I might have done this in his upkeep, maybe. Yeah, maybe that would have been smarter. I missed that opportunity. However, the hero is off the table, and since even the Eidolon is still dangerous when he's not doing anything else, I will cue his Eidolon off, well, existing. And instead, he chooses to deny me those 2 life, which means there probably is a Magma Jet or Lightning Strike in his deck to play off his mountain. So I'd better hurry now. That last breath play otherwise made no sense at all. He is intent on burning me out, it seems. But now Mnemonic Wall has something useful to get back, and it's obviously the hero's downfall. So I cannot do anything about being burned out, and the Mist Cutter Hider would kill me, but other than that, I'm slowly crawling back into the game. There's a Stone-Shrouded Warrior, that's not much of a threat right now, and he's nice enough to play another land, so I know that he has 1 spell the most in his hand. So I realize I'm dead to God's Willing here, but I have to apply pressure. I cannot take too long to kill him, otherwise he will find a way to kill me. Also, scrying is nice here. So a little bit of calculation. Do I want the Scourge Mark? Not forgetting that it will cycle itself. No, I don't think I want it, but I want the Emissary to draw even more cards. No need to block with a wall. Obviously I would have done that. And now finally there's a chance to end the game fast. Once again, I'm open to some kind of trick which allows his wall to punch through, but I'm scared of that mountain after that last breath play, so I think it's better not to give him more time to find something. He's trying. Another card, and he knows he's dead on the next turn, and that's what happens. So, now might come in. But then again, why would it? To counter Hopeful Eidolon, okay. I'm not convinced I need the Boon of Erebus, it seems. I actually didn't see much to count with Enal other than Hopeful Eidolon, so I don't think I should cite that in, but I did. What obviously I saw something then which I do not remember right now. It was a Stone-Sharded Warrior. I just assumed that he plays more Bestow with that. That's the reason. And there was an Elias presence, which, counting with Anal, is not as silly as it may look. So, history repeats itself. Here's a Vaporkin. And there's a Fabled Hero. Well, while we're at repeating history, here's Ordeal of Thassa on my Vaporkin. But this time I have a Grip Tide to deal with the Fabled Hero, which goes out of control. So let's see if this is again what happens. No, this time not, and I had a null mana open. Might have scared him, well, not really. The Disciple isn't that much of a problem. Now it's a bit unfortunate that I don't have a second black to run out in Satyral Harpy, but there it is. Omen Speaker comes to the rescue. And I don't need the Scourge Mark here. So Vaporkin gets even bigger. And there's another blocker to deal with the Disciple. So one turn away from drawing cards with Ordeal of Thassa. He doesn't even attack, which I like. But alas, it's not to be. My Vaporkin goes and there's no card draw. Still, I'm happy with that. Harpy, take over please. Now the Grip Tide is my last resort, so if I have to use that because he does something to his hero, I'm running Thing this time. No reason to block the Disciple, since I get life with my Harpy. And I want the Phalanx to scare away his bigger creatures. And here's another Omen Speaker, which I have no doubt will find me something sweet. Or at least make sure I'm not drawing 2 islands on consecutive turns, which is good enough. So here comes the attack, and I still see no reason to block. He's dealing 3 damage, I'm gaining 2 life and dealing 2 damage. I'm winning this race. Another island, okay, that's enough now. And here it is, Hopeful Eidolon, once again, on Fabled Hero. Well, I know it's supposed to be a hero, but honestly that's a monster. However, this card turns the tide, as it is wont to do, and let's see, how do I want to block? Not at all, since he kept the Hunter back. Still no reason to do that. And once more, the Harpy does its work. Fabled hero will come back, but since I drew Fracas Q in the meantime, I'm not that scared unless here's a way to save it. Yep. The Phalanx together with the Omen Speakers proves its worth in the deck, keeping that Hunter at bay. And now I get a good blocker and another attack in the air. Things look mightily fine. Now what can you do to turn the tide? In Theros there's so many things which can happen. This doesn't do much right now. Obviously he's of the same opinion. Oh well, he actually attacks with the Disciple. As always. And as always I decline to block. Lightning striking the Harpy, however, makes a difference. Now I have to go to town with a 1/5 flying creature. But I had another good draw now, thanks to the Omen Speaker, which squared away 2 lands. So don't need to be too scared of dying. So let's see. First I need to know if I can kill that creature. Yes I can, no trick. Then I'm willing to trade the 3/3s. He has other plans. Maybe I should have triple blocked. In hindsight that would have been a better play. I mean, what should have happened? Yeah, that wasn't optimally played. I'm not that great a player, I'm aware of that. My strengths lie in drafting and deck building, but playing is not the best. Well, this is easy. Omen Speaker scries away a land and finds an emissary. So with a few chump blockers, things look mightily fine again. Well, this will one day maybe trade with an Omen Speaker. And now another Shredding Winds or Last Breath or whatever might help him. But if he hasn't one, and the last card in his hand isn't one of those, he's in deep kimchi. Yep. And while he is at 1 life, just to make sure that he hasn't a big play next turn to survive, let's get rid of that lifelinker. And that's it.
Oh, yeah.